Alright, so welcome to my first ever video on this channel. So I don't really know exactly what I'm going to be doing today, but I just kind of wanted to make a little bit of a video lab report kind of thing to document my findings and just see what happens with this. So today I'm going to start off with smoking different types of coffee. So in the world you can smoke cocktails, you could smoke different types of meats and barbecue, briskets, all these kind of things. But the one thing that I was thinking about that I haven't seen before was smoking different cocktails. You can go get a lot of things, different Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, all these different things, but I've never in my life seen a smoked coffee. If you think about it, right, the coffee bean flavor, it's kind of like a dark, chocolatey, roasted, kind of smoky in a way. Why has it never been smoked before? So that's exactly what I'm going to do today. I'm going to try to smoke different types of coffee and another mystery beverage that I haven't yet figured out. So before I do any of that, the first thing I think we need to look at is what is smoke made out of? Why does smoke add good food to flavors? Why does it enhance the flavors of food? And why does it bring out certain flavors in this food that we smoke? Alright, so the first things first, burning wood, it breaks down these molecules called lignins. From what I'm reading, these are oxygen-containing organic polymers that with cellulose form the chief constituent of wood. When these are burned, these actually turn into smaller molecules. One of these molecules when burned is called glycol. This is what adds smoky flavor and taste to whatever you're smoking. The next compound that's created when we burn wood is syringol. I think I'm saying that right. This is what contributes to the smoky smell of different things that we're going to smoke. Both of these chemicals are produced when lignin is broken down during combustion, also known as burning. Alright, so when we burn wood, these chemicals, they start to infuse into the food that we eat or drink, and they enhance the flavor of it, also the smell. So when you smoke food, these different compounds are then kind of infused into the food that you eat or you smoked, and they can cause some serious health implications. There's been a couple different studies indicating that the chemicals produced when wood is burned, these are actually going to be carcinogens, which can lead to different types of cancer later down the road. Cancer-causing compounds are polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, also known as PAHs, and heterocyclic amines, HCAs. Also from the research that I've done, these PAHs and HCAs are more harmful to pregnant women because of the fetus, and people already dealing with cancer. So if you don't have cancer, or if you're not pregnant, I'm not saying these things can't harm you, but you're at lower of a risk, apparently. So, for the smoker that I'm going to be using today, this is a cheap Amazon smoker, 10-15 bucks on Amazon. To use this smoker, you would take something of a cocktail glass or rocks glass, put the smoker on the top, then you would put in this little grate right here. This grate has wood chips in it. Okay. We would take a butane torch, light this up, alright, burn the wood chips, creating some sort of smoke in here, put the cap on, and the smoke will infuse down into the cocktail. Alright, so these types of smokers, I've used these before on different cocktails, Old Fashioned, Manhattan, Sazeracs. I even tried it with a couple different fruit drinks like fruit punch, apple cider, things like that. But I think one of the big problems with these smokers is that when you put this on and you add the smoke only interacts with the top of the drink. And from what I've noticed in my experience, when you enjoy your cocktail or whatever you're drinking after you've smoked it, there's not a whole lot of smoke taste inside of the drink itself. Obviously there's smoke coming off the top, you can see that very well, and you can smell that very well. As for the taste of the drink, after the smoke clears out, there's really no taste inside of that drink. Alright, so this is where the experimentation comes in. What I'm going to try today is using a cocktail shaker. Alright, so very basic, you make your drink inside of the cocktail shaker, use the lid, alright, get that back on, and you would shake this up. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do today is I'm going to take my coffee, put it inside of the cocktail shaker. I'm going to put the smoker on top, get the smoke inside of the cocktail shaker, and with the smoke still being inside, put the top on, smoke's going to be in the inside, and I'm going to shake this up. So my thought process with this is, if I do this, and I shake up the cocktail shaker with the smoke inside of it, all of that coffee, there's going to be a greater surface area interacting with the smoke, creating more that's going to end up infusing the smoke into the coffee. Alright, for this test I'm going to be using pecan wood due to its sweet nutty flavor that's similar to hickory, but it doesn't give it a strong taste to whatever it smokes. I also figured that this is probably going to pair best with the coffee that I'm drinking, as I don't want a whole lot of fruity flavors in my drink. Pecan wood, it should sweeten up the coffee a little bit, kind of counteracting the bitterness, but I don't think it's going to add much fruity flavors to what I'm drinking. Alright, so here we are. First things first, I got the normal coffee. This is espresso coffee. Shown it in the video at some point. This is our Java Monster coffee. Alright, and we have, I'm just doing this for shits and giggles, Rockstar Fruit Punch, one of my favorites. Alright, so I'm going to start off by smoking each one of these cocktails and fusing them with the smoke using our Boston shaker. Let's see what happens. Fire this up. With the smoke still in the shaker now, I'm going to quickly take this off, put that right on. Pro tip, do not do this with hot liquids. It's getting coffee everywhere. Alright, so we got a couple shakes in there. Let's see if we still have smoke. Alright, we still have a little bit of smoke. Alright, next we have our Monster Java Irish Cream. Still see the smoke coming out. Now we're going to try our Rockstar. This is a mess. God. Now for the moment of truth. So I'm going to start off by trying the flavor that hasn't been smoked first. Get myself familiarized with that flavor. Let's see what happens. Starting off with the regular coffee. Let's see. Okay, it's pretty similar to how I usually make it. Try the regular coffee smoked, smoke infused. Okay, so judging by smell, I don't notice a whole lot of different smell to it. Nothing really distinctly smoky. Okay, so maybe that's interesting. Okay, so I do taste a little bit of a difference with the smoke infused one. It's a little. Doesn't taste smoky, it tastes kind of bitter. Okay, normal is a little sweeter, it's a little more vibrant. The smoked one, it doesn't taste smoky, it's kind of bitter. It's not bad, it's not terrible, it's definitely still drinkable. It's slightly more bitter than the one that hasn't been smoked. So moving on to our Java Monster Irish Cream. Judging by the smell isn't very different at all. Whoa. See, once again, flavor that hasn't been smoked is a little sweeter. It's a little more vibrant on the tongue. Okay, that's interesting. Now when I'm tasting this one, I'm still not getting any of that pecan. Okay, moving on to our, what the hell am I doing with my life? Rockstar Punched. We'll try the original first. Always love this flavor. Okay, pretty normal. Nothing out of the ordinary with that one. Let's try the version that's been smoked. Whoa, that is interesting. By now, the two coffees, they're slightly bitter than the ones that haven't been smoked. The Rockstar, though, that is interesting. It's almost like a burnt plastic, like a chemical. Okay, it's definitely different than the one that hasn't been smoked. Wow, it's almost more like a maraschino cherry. I know they don't use formaldehyde, but whatever that preserving agent is, that's what this tastes like a little. Alright, so in conclusion right now, that normal coffee is going to taste more bitter with smoke. Java Monster coffee is going to also taste more bitter, less flavor. Rockstar Punched, totally new flavor. It tastes like I'm drinking embalming agent from, I don't know, some morgue or something. It's almost like a balloon, like that taste you get from a balloon, mixed with like burning plastic. We'll see what happens next time. I don't know. No idea. No idea at all.